I can be in a new healthy relationship. I can start a business. I can lose weight. I can do this. Like, we have to start having a different inner conversation with ourselves. What are you telling yourself? Sis, when nobody is around you and you get up in the morning, what is the narrative that you have playing in your head about you? Let's check that.
You're tuned into the Confidence series, where together we learn how to level up in our boldness, business, and our bank accounts so we can experience the life we were meant to live by tapping into the power of true confidence.
Girl, one thing is for sure, and that is life be lifing. I don't know about you, but I've been experiencing some very real change this year. And the thing about change is a lot of us all have deep change going on, whether it be relocating to a different state or country for you, whether it be switching jobs, losing jobs, starting a business, getting in a new relationship, leaving some old friendships or relationships in the past. Or maybe you're in a place where change didn't just happen to you. You desire to have a change because you know that something in your life needs to change. No matter what it is, we can all say this: change is happening, but how you navigate change is going to matter. In today's episode, we'll talk about the 4 E's of change and how you can go ahead and get started on your glow up journey. But a glow up is really actually change. Girl, change is really just transition. Think about it like this. A transition is the place where you currently are, wherever you are in life, your circumstance, your situation. It's the place that you are. And then there's a place, a higher place that you are supposed to be. Yes, I said supposed to be, right? We all have a grand creator who has designed and who has in mind a place for all of us to be. The space in between where we are and that place, that higher place, is called transition. Now let's get into the first E, and that is, girl, embrace it. Yes, embrace it. Change is 100% inevitable. We can't stop it. It's going to happen whether we want it to or not. We see things changing all around us. We see the government changing. We see so much happening. And even the world around us, like the environment changes, right? We have change of season. It used to be summer. Now it's fall and really about to get into the winter. So if the earth itself has to undergo change, why are we exempt? We're not, right, sis? So thinking about embracing change, I know in my own life, there has been some changes. I am a newbie entrepreneur. And so, girl, if that is you, ooh, child, with you, hello, sister. It is struggle bus sometime. And honestly, there are things that I know that I have to do that sometimes it's easier to just run away and hide from them. But we've got to embrace that change. No matter how the change happens, what we do have control of is how we approach it. We have control of our mind. If it's going to happen anyway, why don't you go ahead and prepare for what you are going to do in it? And so we have to embrace that change with our mind, because whatever lies on the other side of change, even though it's uncomfortable, I bet you it's better than where we are right now, right? Because I don't know about you, but there are things that in my personal life that I'm like, I want to improve, I want to get better on. And sometimes when the opportunity comes up for that thing to happen, sometimes I may shrink back or shy back a little bit from it. But girl, if I'm really going to glow up, if I'm really about to be big bankroll, if I'm really about to go forth and do the new thing, I am going to have to embrace it at some point in time. So that's our first E. We got to embrace it with our minds. So the next E of your glow up journey is engage it. Y'all, if embracing has to do with the mind, then engaging it has to do with your feet. Engaging is stepping into the action of going about change. truthfully, a lot of us have these ideas that we haven't even written down. How can we do it if we don't even write it down, right, sis? So, what does that first step look like for you? Like for me, I don't know if some of y'all have watched the first episode or where I shared of this podcast of how I moved back to Atlanta. Very interestingly, but it was all about faith and how I moved here. Well, for me, my engaged stage of change had to do with me actually being like, okay, I'm going to actually move. So that was my big step because that was the action that it took to do it. And actually, I want to read y'all the definition of engage. So engage means to pledge oneself to do something, enter into a contract, involve oneself in an activity, enter into combat. I love looking up the definitions and stuff. I nerd out in that way. So when I saw the definition or the etymology of engage, I was like, ooh, that's so befitting. The part that stood out is engage in combat. It's kind of like almost to say that war is going to happen regardless. You're always going to have some type of turmoil. Again, you decide to embrace it or not. When you are engaging, you're putting forth your action step to get up and continue to fight or get up and start the fight. Our third E is y'all. In order to glow up on our journey to change, we have to endure it. There are things that are going to happen that make it seem like this change is never going to take place. I know this all too intimately. I think about it like this. Think about it like a house, right? A house is beautiful. It's nice, you know. We all have reasons of why we want to own a home. That home must first be built. How does it get built? Brick by brick. It starts with the foundation that you have to lay. If you get tired and say that, hey, I'm tired after laying this foundation, I don't feel like building anymore, well, you'll never get to see the fullness or you'll never get to enjoy your new home. And there is a really popular scripture that says, He has made everything, He being our creator, He has made everything beautiful in its time. But how can we step into really discovering the beauty of a thing if we will not pick up our mats or pick up our weapons and continue to move forward to keep building and going forth for this change that we desire in our lives? Is it really worth it to us? The fourth E of our glow up journey, girl, is exchange it. So truly, in order to step over that last hurdle to get to our glow up and our place of change, sis, we got to exchange the old for the new. What are old habits? What are false beliefs that we hold on to sometimes that stop us from getting to that next place, right? Because you cannot step over the threshold of a new holding on to something old, an old habit, an old way. False beliefs are barriers to our minds and they keep us from going to the next place. Like if we think about like our MacBooks or whatever devices we like to use, certain things are no longer compatible with them because they are upgraded systems. If something is too old for it, we cannot use it with a newer system. And it's the same thing with us when we're stepping into our glow up. We don't want no old residue from the past. I know for me, I'll share something with y'all this month that I am finally breaking through. And my false belief was really that I thought that I wasn't worthy enough to do business. And in particular, I'm stepping into doing more consulting, specifically in the area of digital marketing. And I know that this is something that I love doing. I know it's something that like I always study, I implement. I just love media and I always have. But just kind of thinking how I didn't feel like I was worthy to put myself out there to offer those type of services to anybody else. Because in my mind, I held myself to the old thing. And I'm like, well, maybe this and maybe that, just all the things that can sometimes just play in our heads. And Like, I feel like this month so far has been such a breakthrough in that area because although, yeah, girl, I was scared to do it, I still tried to move forward with it. And I began to tell my clients, my existing clients, about those services that I offer, which is a whole different, really a whole different genre. I do styling, I do makeup, but I can also get your social media together as well. And I just was like, you know what, I'm about to start like letting my clients know because some of them are starting their businesses or they just need help with that. You can't underestimate the help that is within you. You can't underestimate what's in you and how that thing that comes so easy to you can help somebody else. And oftentimes, I know for me speaking personally, it's just easy to kind of brush that stuff off. And this month, I was like, oh, I'm just going to try it. And I still been doing it and it's been working because to my surprise, my clients have been like, yeah, I didn't know you offer that. Or like, yeah, I want to know more about that. Tell me more. And it's been of help to them. And I would have never even got to step out into that. Something I really know I want to do, especially in my glow up. Like next year, I'm trying to have higher ticket clients and I'm trying to step fully into business consulting. But I can't do that if I'm holding on to the old mindset of thinking I wasn't worthy enough to do it. Who gonna check me? Especially if I'm delivering for my clients. And I study this a lot. So that was kind of like my breakthrough moment of that was a mini exchange that I did to step into my glow up journey. What does that look like for you? Write something down. Write down the things that you know that you're holding that could be a false belief right now. A false belief is anything that you cannot prove factually to be true. It's anything that cannot be changed, right? And if you write down something and you look at it and you know that it can really actually be changed because you don't know what the future holds, then that means that there are other solutions or windows of opportunities. I have been kind of like fixated on this thought lately that basically is that there are always opportunities around us. You know how they say the term window of opportunity? It doesn't matter if we're in a bull market or a bear market, or if we're doing good in our economy or bad in our economy, y'all, there are always opportunities everywhere around us. You just have to have the eyes to see them. There's a scripture, and don't mind me that I go back to scripture sometime. It's what pops in my head. Look it up if you want to, but it goes with what I'm about to say. There's a scripture that says, behold, I do a new thing. Now it's happening. Do you not perceive it? New is always happening. You have to begin to perceive it in your mind, in your heart, with your eyes. You got to catch that thing. Even if you don't physically see it, there has to be a knowing in you that has to know that, hey, something can change. I can do more. I can move out of the city. I can be in a new healthy relationship. I can start a business. I can implement that idea. I can lose weight. I can do this. Like, we have to start having a different inner conversation with ourselves. What are you telling yourself? Sis, when nobody is around you and you get up in the morning or throughout your day, what is the narrative that you have playing in your head about you? Let's check that. Because if it is not uplifting and if it is not what your creator says about you, and if it is not pulling you higher to that glow up journey of yours and the transformation of change, we don't have to rehearse it. We can shoot it down. You can tell a thought no. You can make a thought look stupid by going and defying it and showing, oh no, I thought I couldn't do that, but I'm gonna go ahead and try it anyway. And I'm gonna try it like this, and I'm gonna pivot. I'm gonna move like this and go find out if it works or not. Let's start challenging those false beliefs in our heads, ladies, because if we are gonna glow up to our next level, 2025 and beyond, we got to start checking what that inner dialogue is saying to us. For me, what I like to do, every morning I like to kind of start saying some things. I write them down. I'll say like certain affirmations and things like that. Now, for me, maybe I could share with y'all later if y'all want to. I'll share with y'all some of the things that I say, but basically, I just really focus on things that uplift me in my day because words really have power. They're not just words, they really have power. Words can shift the atmosphere around you. So let's start rehearsing the right words to say to ourselves. But, ladies, no more ranting. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Just a quick recap. We want to glow up, and glowing up really is just change. And change is really transition from the place that we currently are to the place that we desire to be and that we're really supposed to be, which is always higher. And the 4 E's to change, embrace it. First, you got to come into agreement with your mind and know that, okay, change is going to happen regardless. Let me go ahead and take it and do it. The second E is engage, making a decision that you are going to not only make up your mind to move forward in your glow up journey, but you're going to take action. Girl, go ahead and write down the first 1 to 3 action steps, small things. Don't overwhelm yourself. Write down the first 1 to 3 action steps that you are going to do to embark on your glow up journey. And if you feel like sharing them, girl, share them in the comments. I read all comments. Please share with me, sis. Our third E is to endure. On our journey to glowing up, girl, we have to endure if we want to see the change that we desire. We cannot give up. And lastly, our fourth E is to exchange. In order to step over the threshold of your glow up journey, we have to exchange our old mindsets, our old beliefs, in for a new idea, in new thoughts, in new revelation. Ooh, and new excitement too. We should be excited about our new change. But okay, girl, that is it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. And girl, I'm about to be more consistent with my podcast episodes, so please bear with me. But these will be once every month. And so I will see you in next month's episode. Till next time, ladies. Bye.